Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM 106.3, and here's something that we really should talk about much more often: men's health. The sort of thing that blokes are not very good and talking about, but here's one who is, Henry Iona from the Cancer Society. Henry, good morning. Welcome to Beach FM. Is it your job to try and get blokes getting serious about men's health?
It's my job to get men talking about their own health.
Yes. Well, it's not an easy job, is it? I don't know what it is about men, because women, they seem to keep pretty close contact with their bodies, and they're off to the doctor quite often. Blokes, not so much.
I tell you what, some of the contact that I've had with men in the years past has been through their wives.
Yes,
because
we're getting worried about them.
Exactly, and as we know, women are more cautious about, or more cautious and more open about what's happening to them and their bodies. They want the same for their men.
And most blokes don't want to know about that. I'm bulletproof, I'm staunch and all that rubbish, and they just carry on as if nothing is happening. But of course, the body, it's a sort of a continuing story, the body. Things keep happening all the time, and therefore we do need to keep monitoring, don't we?
Yep, the body's an amazing tool and adapts to situations that happens within it. The percentage I know about the body is very little compared to what actually happens. Indeed.
I'm signed up to that club as well. I'm a paid-up member of it. So let's move on to, particularly in terms of cancer, the sort of things that blokes need to know. What are they?
Let's go number one. There's 5 points I want to cover, John. Let's go number one. 1/3 of all cancers can be prevented with a change in a better lifestyle, a better healthier lifestyle.
So that's 1/3 of all cancers can be changed or prevented.
1/3 of all cancers. Yep. Yep, and we'll go on to those as we talk more. Hold on,
okay.
I've just lost my slide.
Just by lost your slide. We're just talking about the challenges of technology before. I absolutely understand what you're talking about there. So simply by changing your lifestyle, you can really look after yourself, and this is not painless. I mean, you're not getting a jab or anything like that. It's simply changing the way we live.
Exactly. 1 in 4 cancer deaths are due to smoking or also trying to quit. Best thing you can do for your own health is to change that habit.
Right. And what about bowel cancers? This is something that blokes aren't very good at as well.
Look, it's Bowel Cancer Awareness Month at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's a great video clip of Simon Dool on the www.bowelcancer.org.nz. His wife at 36 years old got diagnosed with bowel cancer and has gone through the process.
Oh no!
Simon Dool talks also about his parents, because both his parents died of bowel cancer, and he says that both of them had been brought up in a generation where you didn't talk about things.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So mum didn't talk about things, and it was a very quick time between diagnosis and death. Oh. And his father was around for a wee bit longer. But yet, just that's early detection.
Yep, that's silence. Silence can be a killer, can't it, in this context?
Silence can be a killer, and with the technology that we have in place at the moment, which is way better than what it was 20 years ago, there is no excuse. We've just got to open up and say, hey, something is not right. And a good indication of that is not peeing correctly when you go to the toilet.
Right. Okay, so look out for that, guys. And the bowel cancer, the test for that, as you mentioned, it is the month. But the test for that is pretty non-invasive these days. Nothing to worry about, I believe.
Bowel cancer, blood in your poo.
Oh, yeah.
Loose or running your poo, diarrhea for no particular reason.
Yeah.
Pooing more often or change in when you normally poo. swelling, pain, or unexplained lumps in your tummy, tiredness or looking pale, unexplained weight loss, which is what we all go through, and loss of appetite. With your loss of appetite also goes your loss of taste. So there are a number of self-indicators that you do become aware of. Blood in your poo or having trouble peeing, that's got to be the first indicator. And it's a personal thing.
Of course.
And I understand why a lot of men keep quiet in regards to that.
But just hoping it's going to go away.
About your body.
Yeah. So that's the bowel cancer, and something that we can just keep a monitor on, to just sort of work out. And if any of those signs that you mention begin to be noticeable, well, you should do something about it. Not pretend that everything's going to be fine, she'll be right, all that kind of stuff. Just get it checked out. Now, this is New Zealand, Henry, and New Zealand has got a particular problem. We got extraordinarily harsh sun, and I believe melanoma, skin cancer. This is a very prevalent killer in this country. Is it true it kills more men than women?
90% of skin cancers can be prevented, and yes, melanoma kills more men than women in this country. We're not as hot as, when we talk about heat, we're not as hot as the Pacific Islands, we're not as hot as African countries, but our UV rating here is very, very high. I think men are more susceptible to being out in the sun, either through their work or just through family outings. I mean, if we talk about the beach, then we're just going into the beach with our shorts on. The question is, how long are we being exposed to the sun during the day?
That's right. Out hunting, fishing, doing all the sort of things that many men enjoy doing. And, of course, they've got their benefits as well, but also their perils, so you've got to look after yourself. Now, you say that it's very preventable. Is this simply a matter of putting on the cream, the slip, slop, slap kind of thing that the kids will tell you all about?
Exactly, and I'm sure the kids know the little wee jingle they go on with that. Yeah. Slip on the top, slap on some sunscreen, or slip on the top, slap on some sunscreen, slap on a hat. Yeah. Wrap is in regards to sunglasses, and most importantly, find some shade to sit under during the day. Yeah, too right. Look after yourself. It's all very logical, really, isn't it? It's all very logical. It's all very simple, but we all fall into habits. We do, and not all of them are good. So for goodness sake, look after yourself. For your family's sake, and look after yourself. Now, prostate cancer is the big one for many men as well. And what can you tell us about that, and particularly the testing or detecting of prostate cancer? There's no one-size-fits-all solution for prostate cancer testing and detection. If you are in the 50 to 70-year-old bracket, or even in your 40s, and your father or brother has had prostate cancer, then you need to get checked at that age bracket. Just to give you some statistics, that 1 in 500 40-year-olds are diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 540-year-olds. That number decreases as we get older. 1 to 50 when we're in our 50s, 1 to 14 when we're in our 60s, and 1 to 9 when we're in our 70s. Now, the 1 to 14 in the 60s and the 1 to 9 in the 70s seems like a close number, but the mortality rates for those age brackets goes up. Yeah. Well, that's stunning. I just had no idea that the numbers increased, or the relative danger increases as you get older. So what should you do if you begin to have some concerns that maybe you've got something that should be checked out? Is it simply a matter of contacting your GP? It's simply a matter of contacting the GP at your first indication that something is not right.
Okay, so simply do that. So that means really that you've got good local support. And I believe that there is a website, getthetools.org.nz, that may be able to help as well.
Getthetools.org.nz is a great tool. The information in that website is very man-orientated. So there's things like, there's things that men can relate to in regards to workplaces. Get your nuts and bolts checked. Little cliches like that. Things you can do in the workplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Get your nuts and bolts checked. Well, that's something that most blokes could relate to. So there it is. Really important things that blokes need to know and need to take notice of. Not only know. It's one thing knowing. It's another thing doing something about it. So just contact the doc if you're feeling as if maybe there's something there that should be checked out. This is something to be said for going along to the doc to get a warrant of fitness every now and again anyway, even if you don't feel any symptoms.
Exactly. Get a warrant of fitness done once every 6 months for your own peace of mind.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that the blue glove comes out and goes exploring. Just get yourself checked. We traditionally do not go to the doctors even if we have the flu.
Yeah, that's right.
As we get older, we get our immune system drops.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's more important for us to get in contact with, or keep in contact with the doctor, or if you've got a cancer scare, 0800 cancer.
Of course, 0800 cancer. So support is just a phone call away, 0800 cancer. Hey, Henry, thank you very much for joining us this morning. That's very valuable. And I know blokes are listening. I just hope that they're going to act on it now. Have you got a good old stock whip there or something that we can, jar them into action and actually begin to look after themselves for not only their own sake, but also their family's sake? Very important that we do it, isn't it?
Get on to www.getthetools.org.nz. Have an explore. If you're thinking that there's something wrong with you, that's something you can do in private before venturing out either to your wife, to your family, to your doctor, or to the 0800 number.
Great stuff, mate. Hey, thanks very much for joining us. Much appreciated. Henry Iona from the Cancer Society here on Beach FM. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
106.3 Beach FM.